Welcome back to In the Can, and welcome back to the Sundance Film Festival, year 2012. We have the filmmakers and the actors and pretty much the whole darn crew right with us here. The movie is John Dies at the End, director Don Coscarelli, actors Chase Williamson, Clancy Brown, and Rob Mays. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Well, and we kind of rushed you right in. I mean, you didn't even get a chance to get a cup of coffee or anything?
Not at all.
Yeah, I was happy to be here.
So John Dies at the End, you pretty much give away the film with the title.
Do we?
Or do we?
It's one of those kind of things, huh? Tell us a little bit about the film. What's the story?
Well, it's essentially about this street drug. It's called the soy sauce on the street.
I got plenty of it at home right now.
Yeah, well, it's a little different than that. That's just the nickname. And it causes users to be able to drift between dimensions. But some come back slightly different. And pretty soon we find that there's an otherworldly invasion on the way. And we just have our two heroes here, John and Dave. And the fate of humanity rests on their shoulders. And can they save humanity? And the answer is probably not.
Okay. When John dies at some point, or doesn't, we are going to leave that
Or
open.
did he ever exist?
Yeah.
Is there a John?
Wow. There's a lot of reasons to see this film, right? Well, let's talk about it. I mean, because obviously it's not. It's something that maybe evolved as you were filming.
Well, actually, what's cool is it's based on this web novel,
right?
And it's really a new paradigm in publishing because this guy started publishing the stories on the web, and ultimately was collected into a novel. And then I found it, and it already had a built-in fan base, so it was great. And it was really cool to bring in some terrific veteran actors like Clancy Brown down here, and Paul Giamatti is also in the film.
That's right.
And then some new talents. And in fact, we have Chase here, who had never acted in a film before. He had never done anything except the project. He had just graduated from USC Drama School, came in for a reading, I cast him, and about a week later he was on the set, and his first scenes was with Giamatti, 4 pages of dialogue.
You're going to be like the poster boy for all young actors in the world. I mean, you come straight out of school, boom, here at Sundance.
It's pretty crazy. It's surreal. It's awesome, yeah.
Well, so what's your experience been like so far? I mean the premiere's tonight, so you haven't seen it with an audience yet.
Right, yeah. I haven't seen it at all, so I'm really excited to see the movie.
So you don't even know the ending?
I read the script, so I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. But, yeah, it's going to be really cool.
So what was it like? I mean, Clancy, you've been around forever. I mean that in a very good way. No, I mean, you're established actor, you've done some fantastic work. And, having set you up like that, what was it like, I mean, with a young cast, obviously, but, with Paul and Clancy in the picture as well, talk about that fusion between kind of the inexperience of people just starting out as opposed to people who've been doing it for a long time.
Well, Rob isn't just starting out. But I actually read it here. I actually have a cabin on the other side of 80 there, and got it on my computer and was reading it because I don't have TV up there, and immediately emailed back, said, I've got to do this. Got to do this.
Well, how did you hear about that? Was this something that you
listen, I've been a gigantic fan of Clancy's work for years. I mean, of course, he's been in some very celebrated movies like Shawshank Redemption, but the movies I like tend more to his genre work. Like he was just amazing in Starship Troopers, which is one of my favorite films. So the idea, when this character, which is Dr. Albert Marconi, and he's this sort of international superstar, jet-setting motivational speaker / mentalist, and it's a very larger-than-life character. And when the opportunity came up to contact Clancy, and then him agreeing, was like more than I could have ever hoped.
You get a call from Don Coscarelli, you can't say no.
That's right.
Oh yeah, always.
Right. Yeah. And if you don't have TV, you have a lot more room to read scripts and kind of immerse yourself in that as well.
Well, I also sat there and read the thing and thought, how the hell is he going to do this for a nickel?
Right.
There's just no way he's going to be able to do this for a nickel. But if anybody could, it would be Don. Yeah. So.
Well, talk about your relationship a little bit. I mean, did you guys get a chance to get to know each other before shoot? Because obviously, the chemistry between you two is going to play a big role.
Yeah, we actually got to know each other quite a bit, and I went through a number of auditions, so I got to hang out with Chase for quite a while. And
way back.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So you knew each other even before this project?
No. We go way back.
Talk about that time again, aren't you? I mean, you're still a character, aren't you?
Yes.
So, talk about your process a little bit. I mean, did you hang out off set? Did you
we
hang out a lot. Friendship, off screen as opposed to on screen?
We were together for almost every day, all day long for months, 3 months or more, before we got started, and then we're good buddies now. So
And it was interesting because in the movie, there's a line that says that explains that their friendship goes back to kindergarten, so they're really close friends. And you know, Dave is the more strong, silent type who pretty much has the weight of the world on his shoulders, and John's the more hilariously comic character, but from it comes from a special place also.
Let's talk about putting the film together. You know, you're talking about the multi-dimensional rip. There's obviously a sci-fi element to it, futuristic element to it as well. A lot of filmmakers struggle sometimes with trying to keep it real, you know, trying to keep the story in line as opposed to everything that's kind of revolving around it.
Well, what was cool about the book is there's so many unexpected things in it. And, you know, having made several films in the genre, what I'm always looking for is something that's different, because you know Hollywood tends to find something interesting and then they repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. So it's always wonderful when you come across some sort of original inspiration. And the general storyline was really fascinating about how these two characters are essentially, Dave finds his world is really falling apart. And this young writer who had written the book, David Wong, it almost has elements of Philip K. Dick and other sort of very interesting stuff, but it's hilarious at the same time too. So it's it's like it's hide under the bed scary and laugh out loud funny. So it was right up my alley.
And you've got a built-in audience already. I mean, because you're talking about the novel coming out. From
Absolutely,
so you're going to have a lot of people very excited to see it.
And all the USC grads too.
That's right. All the kids that already know that as soon as they leave school, they're going to have a job. That's fantastic. All right. Well, the film is John Dies at the End. Don Chase, Clancy Rout, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
The premieres tonight at what time?
Midnight at the Egyptian Theater.
Excellent. It's a great venue. It's a great venue. You're going to have it's a really good audience there. We'll have more in the can after this. Stay tuned.